I last saw this film, The Wizard of Okolona, at a Christmas party a number of months ago. I now forget what time of year it was, but words cannot begin to describe the dismay and shock that I felt when I saw how much this American icon had deteriorated. It was then that I realized, at its present rate of deterioration, this film would not be around for my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren to enjoy. This film documents a part of our lives, a simpler time in our country's history. It would be a travesty for us to sit by and let it disappear into oblivion. I decided then that I would dedicate a significant portion of my life, at least an hour or two, to the restoration of this American icon. However, before I could begin, I needed money to fund this unprecedented restoration project. Using funding fraudulently obtained from a number of illegitimate public and private sector resources, I was able to set up a number of dummy corporations through which I could launder the money fraudulently. Once that was accomplished, I was able to begin the actual work, a labor of love. Locating the original creators of The Wizard of Okolona was an arduous task. At one time, 2 of the 3 creators, artists, genius, what have you, lived in the same household. Alas, those 2 have since moved on. One of them had to be tracked down to his mother's house, 2 or 3 locations in Lexington, and back to his mother's house again, and finally to his present location in an apartment in the east end of Louisville. The other individual just lived with Mommy for the last 8 years and was fairly easy to locate because of that. And the third master of this film was easiest to locate, having lived in the same home location since it was created, an obvious dedication to his and devotion to his creation. Once the permissions for the restoration work were received from the 3 original masters, we set about the actual restoration work. We had to control the conditions surrounding the work, as the smallest particles of dust and the slightest change in temperature, humidity, or lighting could render the original film irrevocably lost. And I haven't even been drinking yet. So as you can see from this footage of the actual restoration work, it was a difficult, painful task in the clean room that we had chosen to restore this film, this American classic. And now it has been done. The film has been digitized, go away cat, digitized, digitally remastered, and burned onto DVD for future generations to enjoy, Mr. Bond. And now, for your enjoyment, we present to you the digitally remastered in Danavision Wizard of Okolona.